welcome to episode 8. Today I have pretty decent stack actually. There's only a couple turds. Not, well, yes, turds, I should say. But not terrible. Like, they're all watchable. I would say there's like 3 total here that are like questionable whether or not I would recommend people watch them. But yeah, I'm just coming off of a shitty loss for my Bruins. Lost a game to the Leafs. Really pisses me off. So I'm a little bit stressed at the moment. It was in overtime, which is the most stressful time in hockey. Boston had a chance to eliminate them and they failed. So hopefully they can get her done in the next game. So I'm just going to get straight into this. I need to get my mind off of that hockey game and talk some movies that I've watched. So I'm going to start right out here, and I'm going to start out with Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham. This is a movie that came out last year in 2023, and this one, honestly, is really freaking good again. I don't know, these movies are like, they're real. I haven't had any that I absolutely hate that I've watched. And this would be the second watch for this one for me because I already watched it when I first got it last year. So I gave it a second watch and it's even better the second time, to be honest. Very horror based. Like a lot of it's based on just kind of like H.P. Lovecraft, sort of. Like, is it actually based on like Lovecraftian? Like, it's just Lovecraftian. And Batman is in like, he finds a creature, I'll just say cave type lair at the beginning, and it like starts giving him visions, and he goes back to Gotham City and he starts piecing together a story that has to do with his family and Oliver Queen, Green Arrow's family. And it goes back to like founding fathers basically of Gotham City. And they found these ancient beings that existed before humans. And they did like summoning rituals and accidentally gave themselves like eternal life but cursed. And they like, I'm just trying to sum up without like ruining plot. It's really hard to do. I have a hard time doing like spoiler free talks on movies. I should just start deep diving on all of them and just put spoilers, but I like to just keep it simple. And yeah, it's just like lots of appearances by different characters. It's really cool the way it's done because it's kind of like alternate universe. It's a must watch. I recommend this one to fans of horror, fans of DC, obviously, Batman. But yeah, a lot of cool characters, great CG, fun movie. And yeah, like I try to include one of these every week because I want to watch them all anyway. And I've seen most, like, I haven't seen most of them, I should say. I've seen like 3/4 of them. And everyone I've watched so far would definitely be a recommender. So I'm just going to keep knocking them off until I actually have seen all of them. Alright, next up here. This is Criterion Collection. This is Vamper. Very nice. Look how thick that freaking box is for one movie. Yeah, this is a classic vampire film. Very gothic. Like, it's almost more gothic than it is vampire. It's just like classic gothic castle story. And it's a beast, 1932. This one is one you gotta almost see to believe. I didn't love this movie. I found it kind of boring. But the camera work, like the cinematography, and the way they use shadow work on the walls with the classic black and white, obviously, it's so well made. but sometimes the actors feel like it's at the beginning where like talkies, people were first starting to talk in movies, was starting. So, and you can kind of tell a bit with some of the actors, they feel awkward on camera a bit. But this is a beast, man. So it comes with this booklet, and it's the complete screenplay of the entire movie. Like, just insane. This is a novel. It's the full screenplay, which is pretty cool. Pretty wild that they included that. But yeah, it's a thick beast of a book there. I wasn't expecting this either from Criterion. This is only Blu-ray, not a 4K. But like when I ordered this, I thought it was just gonna come in your typical Criterion case, and then they sent me this beast box. I was like, wow, this is freaking nice, and it feels like it's made on like almost skin feeling. Like it's really, really cool feel. So this is the inside of the case here. It's just a little thin one. Oh my god, we got another booklet. Some nice art in there. On the inside here, you got, this is a booklet that shows, actually there's a ton of writing again too, but it's more about the making of the picture and notes from the director and cast members and stuff like that. But this, I would highly recommend that you have to add this to your collection if you're a horror fan. Because, like, first off, it's one of the original vampire movies, like, of all time. And, let's put that down. And, although it's slightly boring, it's still, like, it does something different with the vampire tale. Like, it almost feels like they're inventing vampires in it. Like, they make up some of their own rules in the movie. Like, they're reading classic texts that they're finding to try and figure out what they're up against in it. It's like they're making some of their own rules. I found that pretty interesting. It's cool. And like I said, the camera work on it. Like, you can see it on the front here, right? With the scythe. It's, the shadow work is phenomenal. It's just very well made. Happy I added that to my collection. Not too badly priced either for how thick that is. If you can find it still in stock. I'm not sure if Amazon would still have something like that, but I don't know. It's been a while since I bought it. Now, this next one is from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's called Nightmare Sisters. Now, this one's going to be a tough one to talk about. So, it stars 3 horror queens, scream queens. This has Brinke Stevens, Michelle Bauer, and Linnea Quigley. And it's from '87. It's got the Blu-ray and the DVD. Now, geez, I wanted to like this movie so much. Vinegar Syndrome, they put out nice cases too. But, I have to say that I really didn't like this. It came off as just too, like, childish, even though it's sex-filled to, like, ridiculous levels. Like, but that, even the sex-filled scenes where the 3 girls are doing nudity, like, it's just very immature. But, like, some people might like it. It's just not for me, personally. It's like the 3 girls, they're super nerds. They have them dressed up as ugly as they can possibly make these 3 girls. And they invite 3 nerdy guys over, and they start playing a board game, and the 3 girls get possessed by, like, a succubus demon. And it just turns them into sex fiends, and they don't put their clothes on for the rest of the movie at that point. That's at about the 40-minute mark of the movie. And it just cuts from, like, them and all 3 of them in the bathtub together, rubbing soap on each other's tits, and, like, bending over and washing each other's asses. and it's like it's too porno-y. It feels like super amateur filmmaking. Like almost no effort went into it. They're just like, oh, we got these three girls, we'll throw them naked, and that's good enough. People will like it because they get to see naked women. But I don't know. I'm of the mindset that I don't care about sex and nudity, but it has to have some sort of like some kind of story. Like it's literally just, oh, they're possessed by a sex demon. Basically, they're gonna do sexual acts. There's a couple funny parts where they bite guys' dicks off. I thought was pretty funny. Like some of the dialogue's really funny as well in the first half of the movie. So it got my hopes up. And once they turn, like all they do is just stick like looks like dollar store teeth in the girls' mouths, and now they're like vampires basically. Like it's just, I don't know, not for me. I can't recommend this. Like I know Sam from Our Life in Horror is a huge Linnea Quigley fan, and so am I. But I don't even know if she would like this, just like because of how just immature it is. Like just, I don't know. It feels like it was written by a bunch of high school boys, and all they wanted to do was just see these three girls' tits, basically. And they were just like, who cares about plot or anything? And next up here, I'm gonna get into these. And this is my Jurassic Park collection. This is the 4K steelbook of the number 6 Jurassic Park Dominion. I picked this up before I knew how shitty the movie was. And then this is my Jurassic Park complete 4K collection. I believe these come with the Blu-rays as well. But yeah, it comes in a nice book like that. I'm not a huge fan of these books. Like, I like the way they look, but it's really tough to get the frickin' discs out. And it can kind of... it pisses you off, actually. But, like, I do like the layout. Like, every single page is a movie. So you got your 4K disc on this side. You got your Blu-ray disc. Now, I'm going to check and see if this Blu-ray disc is the film and bonus features, or just bonus features. And this is what I mean by this, trying to get the disc out. Like, you have to actually touch the discs. And I hate that. And I also have the 4K on the wrong side. So, this does look like it includes the movie with bonus features. So that's good. But this is an ultimate edition. Like, those bonus features for each movie are quite insane. It's like full making ofs and everything. Yeah, Jurassic Park 1. Like, I don't need to talk about that. It's one of the greatest movies of all time again. It's like Spielberg knocking it out of the park yet again. Just phenomenal work. Like, it still holds up and looks great today. It's crazy. And it's great acting, great lines, great everything. And then we got Jurassic Park: The Lost World Part 2. And Jurassic Park 2. It's called The Lost World Jurassic Park, but I hate that title. I'd rather just Jurassic Park 2. Comes with both discs again, obviously. Another massive beastly bonus features down here. Jurassic Park 2, I quite enjoy Vince Vaughn in this. Julianne Moore is a bit irritating at the beginning, but she gets better as it goes. I like the ending where they bring the dinosaur back to the city just for some to wreak a little bit of havoc that's different from the island stuff. They introduced some new dinosaurs you didn't get to see in the first one. It's still a good movie. I like it too. Now, Jurassic Park 3 takes a bit of a downwards drop for me. Like, you get Sam Neill coming back, and you introduce a couple new characters, William H. Macy and Tia Leone. But, I don't know, like, I like the new dinosaur they added, and This one, like, I don't even think the CG in this is as good as the first movie, and the first movie came out, like, what, 10 years before this one? Like, I don't know. It's still good. Like, I've still seen this one, probably, at least 5 times. Because Jurassic Park movies, they're just, like, feel good, throw on anytime, while you're doing something else in the background, even after you've seen them multiple times. They're fun. Number 3 is still fun. And then we get to Jurassic World. The, like, number 4, but they call it, like, a remake. It's not a remake, it's its own movie. But yeah, it's loaded with bonus features again. Bring in Chris Pratt. Amongst a whole bunch of other people. What's the girl's name? Does it even have their names on here? I can't remember her name for the life of me. Oh, it's Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah, Ron Howard's daughter. I always blank on her name whenever I see her in the movie. I'm like, who's that again? Drives me nuts. But yeah, Jurassic World. This is the best of the new trilogy for sure. Like, it has a lot of fun. And then, like, we get to the next one, Fallen Kingdom. Tons of bonus features again. And Fallen Kingdom for me is, like, it just gets too much storyline heavy. Like, they start just pushing, like, the global warming storyline, and it just, like, I just want to see dinosaurs kill people. I don't need the politics. I just want to, like, watch dinosaurs kill people and people try to escape from them and stuff. I don't need this whole human side story. It's too much human side story. I just want to watch that. And then that leads me into the final one, Dominion, which takes the storyline to just ridiculous levels. Like, this is practically all story. They bring in a couple of the dinosaurs from the, the Cretaceous period, where they're all like the bird-looking dinosaurs, where they start to develop feathers and stuff. And it's just shit, to be honest. Like, number 6 is, ugh. Like, it's basically just all global warming. Like, the whole movie is just a global warming statement about, like, how you just need to start living your life. Like, I'm not saying I'm a global warm, like, I don't believe in global warming and stuff. I'm just saying, like, why does it, like, I don't care. I don't need to be, like, told how to live my life, basically, while I'm watching a movie. We know. We don't need to hear it over and over again thousands of times. But it's irritating. Sorry. My throat's really dry. Still stressed out from that hockey game. And I'm also stuffed up today. I think it's been raining here for like days in a row. And the moisture in the house, like yesterday, my floors were so wet from the moisture in here. It was just ridiculous. Didn't like it at all. And next, I'm going to jump over to this. This is from Full Moon Pictures. Looks like that. This is called Fairy Tales. This, I had never heard of. It's been in my collection. I got lots of Full Moon. I haven't really gotten to a lot of their movies. Charles Band, is he the director? I think most of these are just produced by Band. Yeah, it's just produced by Band. This one's directed by Harry Tampa. Linnea Quigley, again, in this one. Not too many other familiar faces, to be honest. But now, this is a hard one, man. So I'm gonna start off by saying, like, that last movie I was saying, it was too porno-y, Nightmare Sisters. This one could almost be classified as a porno. Like, it is... Some of the sex scenes are so graphic that it's a softcore porn. Like, that's what this actually is. But with that said, it's got some funny dialogue. Like, I was laughing throughout it, but then it would cut to sex again. So you'd get like, it's like a softcore porn, right? You'd get like a minute and a half to 4 minutes of sex, like giant orgies where it's just like girls sitting on guys' faces and their cocks, and like just doggy style sex. Like it was just sex galore. And it makes sense because the storyline is that, like, it opens up and it's hilarious. It opens up in these three like wise men come busting into this castle room, and they wake up the prince, and he's basically like a little bitch virgin. He's laying in bed and he's like, I want my teddy bear. And they're like, you need to get out and get laid, son, or the kingdom can't be passed to you. So he goes on a journey throughout the land to get laid. And he runs into, like, every time he runs into one of the girls, like Little Bo Peep, it breaks into like musical, and she's dancing. She's almost completely naked, and she's doing like a dance, like it, and singing, and the lyrics are hilarious. But then it will cut into like graphic sex, and then it'll jump to the next one, and it's Snow White, and she's got her seven dwarves, and she sings a song about fucking them all and stuff. And all the dialogue and writing's funny. But I mean, this movie you can't watch with anybody, really. It's like you watch it by yourself, because it's not like it'd be embarrassing to put this on with normal people. But yeah, like I recommend giving it a watch just because it's so batshit crazy. It's like, what the fuck is happening? Linnea Quigley's sex scene in it is quite graphic. Like I'm pretty sure you can see her full vagina. Like graphic sex. I'm gonna go here next. Just finished this one right before my hockey game. Picked it up today. Whew, is this one rough? This is Madame Web. Sony's addition to their Spider-Verse they're doing. And holy shit is this. Here's the thing. I heard that this is like the worst superhero movie ever made, basically. I wouldn't give it that title. I think the acting is okay. I'm not gonna say good. It's okay. A couple of the people are good. But then, like, the villain in this movie is just brutal. This is another one of those things where it feels like they're casting based on, like, we need to get one person of every sexuality and one person of every nationality and skin color. And it feels like that's all they give a shit about in a lot of these modern movies. Like, it doesn't matter what color the person is or what their sexual orientation is. Like, hire people that are good for the frickin' job you're looking for, because this is the worst superhero villain I've ever seen in a movie. I would say that. It is brutal. His voice is terrible. Just awful. These girls do a decent job. Like, Dakota Johnson here does a pretty solid job, and I wasn't expecting much from her. Sydney Sweeney's okay. She seems weird playing the role she plays in this, like, sweet little nerdy girl. She doesn't really look the part. A lot of people in this. Emma Roberts, Adam Scott, a couple of the other girls I've never seen before, but they're probably modern and a lot of newer stuff that people would recognize. But what can I say about Madame Web? I'll say a couple good things. Well, to be honest, I can't say a lot of good things. There isn't much good about it. I think the best thing about it is that it wasn't the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. That title would go to Halle Berry's Catwoman for me. That, in my opinion, is the worst superhero movie ever made. That thing has nothing going for it. The CG's the worst I've ever seen. The freaking storyline's terrible. The acting's terrible. Everything about that is terrible. Drives me nuts, that movie. It was brutal. But this one is down there. Like, it's in the bottom 5 of all time, for sure. I would say that. Completely skippable. It does not need to be watched. I don't know. It's too bad. Like, Sony kind of just needs to give this Spider-Verse, like, I don't know, an end. Just end it. Because, like, this was not good. The Venom movies were, like, the first Venom was okay at best. The second one was fucking down there with this one. Kraven the Hunter doesn't look very good. Expecting that's just like, oh, look at this muscular dude we hired, and that's it. There's probably not going to be any storyline. Morbius, that one was brutal. But yeah, this one ain't gonna change anybody's thoughts of the universe in a good way, that's for sure. But yeah, if you're a completionist like me and you have to see them all, then obviously give it a try. My last one for today is a double feature. This is from a newer. I think these guys have been around for about less than a year. They don't have a lot of releases. I think they're on like their 7th release, I think. But this is from Film Masters. And this is The Terror, and the bonus feature that is The Little Shop of Horrors, the original. They're both from 63, I believe, right? Because both of these, usually they're released because they were like double features in the drive-in. Yeah, both from 63. Now, The Terror's the main picture here, and then your Little Shop of Horrors is it's like the B picture, is what they're trying to go with these double features. Sorry, one sec. It's in my freaking voice. I almost feel like I'm losing my voice today. It's brutal. Alright. So, this double pack, never seen either of these. And I have to say that they're both very good. Like, I had a lot of fun with both of these. The first one here with The Terror, the stars an aging Boris Karloff. He's played Frankenstein, for anybody that doesn't know, in amongst 100 other movies. But the first one stars Karloff, The Terror, and Jack Nicholson is in this as well as the lead. And then Jack Nicholson's wife in the 60s. What was her name? Sandra Knight. They were married in real life. She's the female lead. And this one has a good, like, quarter of the way through storyline twist. I'll also say these are both directed by Roger Corman. These are two Corman classics. But yeah, The Terror, it's just very like classic castle feel. Jack Nicholson is a French like soldier, and he arrives at this castle and he starts seeing this woman, and then he runs into Boris Karloff, his character, and he's like the head of a castle, and he tells him that he keeps seeing this woman, and you find out that it's actually Karloff's ex-wife. She died, so she's a ghost. Is she though? I can't reveal much. There's twists. Cool cinematography, like it feels really 60s. I'll say that. It's really cool. Well done. But I can't talk much more about the story because I don't want to ruin it for anybody that hasn't seen it. Because this is definitely a watcher. Like, I think there's tons of fun to be had here. So I'll get into the second one. The Little Shop of Horrors. Another thing I'll say about these is the Terror is like a completely restored. They restore the main feature on these double packs, Filmmasters. I have a couple of them, and the first, the main feature is always fully restored, and then the bonus movie is just like an HD print of it. They didn't do any restoration. They just took what was available, HD'd it, HDified it, and you get that. But they're both great. They both look great, sound great. But yeah, Little Shop of Horrors. I wasn't expecting much from this, but honest to God, this movie is freaking funny. Like, the dialogue in it, I was laughing out loud so many times. It feels... and it's kind of creepy. Like, the flower, like most people know, Little Shop of Horrors is about a guy that feeds people to this, like, Venus flytrap plant he has. And it's funny because every single... Sorry, I'm just going to get comfortable here. Every single kill, or every time the plant gets hungry, the voice, it's like, feed me, but the voice is so cartoonish and funny sounding. I absolutely loved it. And it just keeps growing as he feeds it, and then I'm not going to ruin how it ends and everything, but just great everything. Great acting. Jack Nicholson has a small role in this, and his character's quite, like, just awkward, weird, funny in it. There's a dentist that's funny. Like, I've never seen the 80s version either with Rick Moranis. And who else is in that? Steve Martin. Bill Murray, I believe, is in it. Like, there's a whole bunch of people in that one. And I heard that one's pretty good, too. I've never seen that one either. Actually, I don't even have that one, so I need to add that to my collection. But both of these are must-watches. I'll just leave it at that. Like, that's why I saved it for the end, because this is, of the things I showed, this one is a buyer. Well, there's a lot here that's buyer. Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham's a buyer. Like, they're most of them are buyers, but this one I feel like is the highlight piece of this, even though it's just simple Blu-ray case. But the Filmmasters, like, I have a couple of their other ones too that I'll get to in future episodes, because I've been wanting to watch the double features that are on those too, and they're off to a good start. I'll say that. I'm very impressed with this first dual pack I've watched. This isn't the first one in their release line either. This is like number 4, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's number 4 in their line of releases. They're not numbered, so I can't actually tell. But I'm looking forward to the next ones. But yeah, this is a solid little stack here. Like I said, this stack, this week's episodes are going to be a bit all over the place, as per usual, but for me. But that's a pretty good little stack there for this week. And like I said, other than Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic Park Dominion, all the rest of these movies are watchers for sure. Those two, who cares? I wouldn't even waste my time with those. You've probably already seen them anyway, but they're shit. But I really had a good time with these. I'm sorry I'm off a little bit on this episode. I shouldn't have started recording soon as my hockey game was done, because, like, my heart was still racing. I was still sweating. Like, I was stressed right out, but I needed to get my mind off it. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to record right now. But I'm looking forward to my next episode, because I have a nice stack going. And then I will be good to go for Monday's episode for my 2023 horror movie rankings. So, because I have everything now. I received all the packages I ordered of movies I didn't have that I wanted in my collection anyway. So I'm about to watch them over the next couple days, squeeze them in around other stuff. But my next episode I'm going to have a pretty decent stack as well. I'm actually going to throw one of them on tonight as soon as I'm done here and begin my watching of that. So I'm just going to close this one down. I'm happy. By the way, I got to show you this cool shirt. I know it's kind of weird for a guy to be wearing a shirt that says this, but maybe I'm Michael Myers. You never know, right? But yeah, I love this shirt. It's freaking comfy too. It's a bit tight, but whatever. But my goal is to like never wear the same shirt on this channel. I want to do every episode with a new shirt. Doesn't matter, but I just want, I don't know. I have OCD really bad, so I like to do things certain ways, and it just makes me happy. So yeah, I'm gonna try my best to do out every single episode, new shirt that you've never seen before, and just go through. I have a pretty big collection already, so I'll be able to get through quite a while at this point, and then I'll start buying some shirts. But yeah, thanks for joining me here on episode 8 and episode 9. That's why I was going to start Monday as well on my 2023 ranking, because it'll be episode 10, so it'll be the beginning of a new like, what would you call that? A new decade of episodes. I don't know. My double digits. But yeah, episode 10, 11, and 12 probably next week will all be my top 23 horror. I'm excited. As you can tell, I keep talking about it. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and see you in a couple days.